It's a bull. I don't think so. Oh, hey, good morning. Hey, what's up? This is Brian Kuzmar with Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals in beautiful Lauderdale by the Sea. Got my very relaxing underwater cam from Deerfield Beach underwater live cam here on. And actually, what a great day to really sit here and look at it. If any of you looked at markets this morning, I just want you to take a deep breath. Ready? Deep breath. Look at the fishy. and watch this for a little while. Or if you're still upset after this video, after watching my video here, turn the underwater cam on. This will relax you and make you realize that it's really a small thing. Let's move into what we're going to talk about today. And what is that? Well, obviously, it's frickin' hammer time. It's hammer time again. And the monkey hammer, Monkey has his hammer out, and boy, did they hammer it down pretty good today. I expected that, and I hate to say I don't want to say I told you so, because it was actually just an educated guess on my part. However, I figured with the markets as slow as they were over this last week or last few weeks, kind of, it's been kind of sideways and dead. The trend has been a little bit on the downward side. I fully expected monkey hammering, but wow, did we get it today on Friday? But what does this really mean, folks? And my advice for you is buy the frickin' dips. And what is my other advice for you? And just like that, you want to cure that, just turn that off right there, because the corporate media and the media is doing more harm than they are good for everyone. So there's the two pieces of advice I can give you this week. Turn the computer off, or turn off any kind of corporate news or corporate speak, and also buy the frickin' dip if you can. Well, I got more advice than that, to be truthful with you, and it is Monkey Hammer Friday, maybe even Monday. However, I think they really spent all their ammunition today. You never know, though. These folks they can print unlimited amounts of money, and they can do all kinds of things. But it's only for the short term. How many Monkey Hammer Fridays and Mondays have we been through together since you've been listening to my videos? Quite a few. And ultimately, what does happen is it kind of shoots back up again. And again, they spend a lot of their ammunition. At some point, these folks are going to completely run out of ammunition, folks. And again, my advice is to buy the friggin' dips when you can. And if you don't panic. If you ever feel that panicky mode, just remember that gold and silver has been around far longer as real money, and as a solid place to put your money, a good solid place of wealth preservation. It's been around for 5,000 years. It's not going anywhere fast anytime soon, folks. This is just big entities out there in our faces. I mean, it's almost in our faces the way they're doing this right now. Let's take a look at markets here. I'm going to click that real quick, refresh, see if it's actually going down a little bit more. Nah, I think we're at that sideways point right now at 1764. I think we've seen bottom for today, most likely. Again, when do they do this? They do it in the morning at the opening of New York, or in the morning before New York. It's usually early in the mornings is when the monkey hammering gets done the most. And it's at, again, pre-New York or at New York in the mornings. And this is, as I said, it's clearly in your face manipulation, and people go to jail for it. We'll get to that in a little bit. There's a little article here I want to talk about. Where is it? Right there. Merrill Lynch, gold and silver traders guilty in spoofing trial, and another set of traders for one of the big corporate banks go down for manipulating the price of gold. And this is why I always tell you, relax. You get a little antsy. As I said, just turn off the TV, turn off the computer, or watch something more interesting on the computer. For example, the live Deerfield Beach cam. This will calm you down and get your head into the right place, realizing that this is temporary, folks. These again, it's just an opportunity to buy the frickin' dip. Let's take a look at these spot prices and see what and when happened. This happened pretty early this morning here, 1764, the low, 1805, currently sitting about $1 above the low. Silver, wow, got monkey hammered, but this is, it's been a while since we've seen silver make 50-cent dollar moves, whether it's upside or downside. It's kind of just sat in that one area for a little while. However, we've seen it today, and 86 cents down since last night, 24.25, and 25.22 being the high. Man, good opportunity, as I've said, to buy the frickin' dips here, folks. Buy physical, don't buy paper. Don't go online and buy silver or gold paper. Don't buy ETFs, that kind of thing. buy physical. Just keep taking that physical off the market, and you won't regret that. Look at platinum sub $1,000. Holy smokes. You know, I said I was going to look into that yesterday, and I did not. I don't know what's going on with the platinum market. In fact, I'm going to probably have to take a look at that today. But wow, I like platinum at $1,100. I like platinum at $1,200. So $1,000, sub $1,000 platinum looks like a frickin' bargain to me. This is bargain shopping right here, folks, this kind of stuff. Again, if you have the money to buy these dips, it is bargain shopping. And as far as the premiums go, premiums are come down dramatically, at least with my store and my sources. The premiums are way down from where they are. So this really is truly an opportunity to buy at the lowest levels we've seen in quite some time. And again, if you don't have the money to buy, relax, not a big deal. Just wait this out. It's just a temporary monkey hammering by a bunch of manipulative assholes. Relax, don't worry about it. And if you're still panicking, like I said, watch the fish video. What actually did happen today, I can tell you. Well, the monkey hammering is always pre-planned. It's happened again. Monkey hammering in precious metals markets typically happens on Fridays and Mondays. Typically, this is a trend that most of you all know, and if you think about it, you go, oh yeah, it does. But I watch gold and silver markets on an everyday basis. It's typically Fridays and Mondays. It's typically early in the morning. They used to do it on the close in New York many years ago, but now it's always in the mornings. Again, this is a trend that I've noticed. I'm not making this up. And again, that's typically when they monkey hammer it. What was today's excuse to really monkey hammer it down? Also, I think an excuse to talk about ending the taper kind of deal. It's what's going on out there. It's what I call where is it? Susie. There's Susie. I like that meme, by the way, and it's really true. And just like that, you want to cure the worst virus of all, turn off all corporate media. All corporate media for sure. Don't read it. Don't look at it. Don't pay attention to it. Again, that's my opinion. It's just brainwashing. And what actually did happen to help the monkey hammering today, I know you're looking at this and wondering what this is, but this is what caused not caused it. Monkey hammering has been around for a while. And what happens is the monkey hammerers, you like that, monkey hammerers? These manipulative assholes, these monkey hammerers that work for these big, giant entities that monkey hammer these markets, they look for opportunity, and the opportunities are usually newsworthy events, things that are happening up. And some of you may get where I'm going already with this. Well, what was today's newsworthy and yesterday's newsworthy event? The jobs report. And what we got going on here is what I call jawboning. Jawboning by the Fed, jawboning by corporate media, and jawboning by your government. Jawboning. Let's take a look at what the definition of jawboning is. Most of you know. The use of public appeals, and it doesn't have to be by a president, it says by president here, to influence the actions especially of business and labor leaders. And it does say especially of. However, it can also be used to influence the actions of investors and people that investors. And that's exactly what we got going on with Powell and the Fed in our government. They are jawboning it. They've been jawboning it forever, and this cartoon kind of sums it up real well. And I know I have this up here, but jawboning is a form of brainwashing, and our corporate media does it, our government does it, and again, the market manipulators out there, they're covering for them. They cover for them. The government covers for them. The media covers for them. And these people, Powell and all the central bankers and these huge entities that go in the monkey hammer markets like we have, they get the government and they get the media to. It's a form of manipulation, more or less, and that's exactly what it is. So jawboning is another form of manipulation. And if you want to get over that manipulation, like I said, turn that TV off, turn that corporate news off, and don't listen to these fuckers. Excuse my language. Maybe I should. I said the F word there. I'll look at the fish here for a moment too. Take a deep breath. So, and again, I'm not too worried about this. It just provides an opportunity. But I know some folks are. Some folks get really panicky when they see this monkey hammering, especially the new folks. They're not used to this. Most of you guys out there that have been following my videos or been following gold and silver prices on a daily basis, 5 days a week, every year for years and years, you see these patterns. And a lot of you have seen this pattern of monkey hammering, when it happens, how it happens. And now we know who the players are. And that's what I always talk about gata.org over here. Where are they? Right here. gata.org is the website. These are the guys that years ago I discovered Ted Butler, and I have big respect for Ted Butler. He's one of the first guys that came out there and told us how these games are rigged, how they're manipulated, and as I've always said, it's not just gold and silver markets. It's that are rigged and manipulated. It's the stock market. It's the bond market. It's the entire equities market. It's the housing market. It's the it's everything in our lives. From almost, it seems like it's so in our face now. It's everything in our lives. It's from elections to markets to politics. It's all jawboning. It's all manipulation, and it's done mostly by a small core of people. But no less, I digress here. And what I am talking about is once you know how the game is played and that game is rigged, you become you can win at this game. And in fact, you can even beat the house until they change the rules. But it's hard to change the rules when you own the gold. He who owns the gold rules, more or less. So if you own physical gold in your hands, physical silver in your hands, there's not much they can do to you, really. They can monkey hammer the prices for a little while, but once they run out of ammunition, they're screwed as well. And they can't make gold and silver worthless, even if they tried, because a couple reasons. It's been around for 5,000 years, and the number two, no, hold on. Well, what would be the number one or number two answer? The number one thing I would say is that even more than the fact that gold and silver has been around for 5,000 years, because things can change, is the fact that they own it. Central banks own gold and silver. So what do you think they're going to do? They're going to make gold and silver worthless? The very thing that they hold in their vaults, that they covet themselves, they don't hold currencies. They don't hold cryptos. They don't hold they hold paper, but what they really hold in their vaults, central banks and feds, and they hold gold. And you got to ask yourself, why do they do that? Because they know the true worth of metals. And again, they're not going to drive the price to zero, but what they will allow they will allow these markets to be manipulated, monkey hammered at their bequest, and or allowing their crony corporate buddies to get rich off it. And that's what we got going on, more or less. Let's take a look at Look at this. Another one goes down. Merrill Lynch this time. And what is Merrill Lynch? Silver traders guilty in spoofing trial. Folks, years and years, corporate media said that this stuff didn't happen. The big wig officials, the regulators, government officials, no, this doesn't happen. If you believe that gold and silver is manipulated, you're wearing a tinfoil hat. What do they call that when they do that? Gaslighting. Folks, they've been gaslighting us for years, and they really have. They're still gaslighting us. I mean, think about the things that you read, and I'll get over to ZH here in a moment, but and there's not much to talk about in ZH, but just to bring my point about gaslighting is we're gaslighted by market regulators. We're gaslighted by these big corporations. Merrill Lynch, gold and silver traders guilty in spoofing trials. For years that they denied that this ever happens. And what happens? They get busted. Does it make major news? No, it doesn't. You got to read it at places like this, gata.org. And again, that's why I like this site. They tell you who the players are, how they play the game, how they rig the game, and all that good stuff. And once you know that, man, you become a major player. So you know how these markets are manipulated. So ex-Merrill Lynch gold and silver traders are guilty in spoofing. Some more goes down. I'll tell you what's interesting about this, the same thing that was interesting about Jamie Dimon and his spoofing, where it cost the company $987 million in fines because they got caught spoofing gold and silver markets. They physically got caught. I'm not sure if the traders went to jail. Apparently, these traders are going to go to jail. But meanwhile, the CEOs of Merrill Lynch, they are too big to fail, too big to jail. And these fuckers need to go to jail. I'm telling you, Jamie Dimon and these guys, you telling me that these traders are just allowed to go out there and manipulate markets, and these CEOs of these companies aren't the wiser? Bullshit. 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 The fact is that, as I've been saying for a while, these corporate entities, the major, Merrill Lynch, JP, all these folks are in bed with a Goldman, they're in bed with the regulators, or the regulators are in bed with them, and they're in bed with governments. They all work together, folks, and they ain't working for you. That's for sure. We're the suckers. At least they think we are. Some of us are, or actually most of us are suckers, except for us. So, and again, when it comes to gold and silver, if you just take this mentality to other markets, you know, the idea that they're all manipulated, and you go and you look for the smart people to tell you who the players are, how they rig the game, you can win that game too. I don't care if it's in Las Vegas as well. Go find yourself a good Vegas guy that knows how the game is played, knows how the odds are, knows who the players are, knows how the casino tilts the game in their favor. Those are all important things to know, and this is what I've been teaching you, and this is what gata.org teaches you. So it looks like another batch of traders from Merrill Lynch goes down. Some poor junior level traders that made themselves a little bit. The government has extracted more than $1 billion in fines from companies including JP Chase and Company, Bank of America, Deutsche Bank. Folks, these banks are evil. They really, in my opinion, they're evil when it comes to markets. And if you think they don't do it in other markets, whether it's the currency markets, whatever market they can get their greedy, grubby, greasy, corrupt little hands on, they do it. And again, the CEOs of these companies, too big to jail or too big to fail. I mean, I mix it up a little bit, but that's the truth. And it's a shame, really. But like I said, and I've said it over and over, be watching gata.org, read the basics, read confiscation, read documentation, read all this stuff, and you'll kind of know how the game is played. Let's take a look at what other articles are out there. And there's a thing that I want new people to understand as well, is that don't get nervous. I mean, oh my gosh, the gold market is rigged, the silver market's rigged. Don't get nervous about that. Everything in your life is rigged, folks. I'm sorry to say that, but it's true. If you open your eyes, all around us it's rigged. You start to see who the players are and how they rig the game. I don't care if it's the gold and silver markets, or gun markets, or whatever market it may be. It's and politics, and you name it. I don't know why I brought up gun markets, but I'm just saying markets in general. All markets are controlled and manipulated by specific groups, and the bigger the market, the more manipulation. And let's take a look at here the Extinction of Gold Derivatives by Alasdair MacLeod. Didn't read that, but I don't know. I think he's going to talk about things that we've talked about in this video many times in the past. Probably a good read, though. He always writes good stuff. And what else do we got going on here? Biz swaps, blah blah blah. Not too much. I think this is the big headline. And what a perfect day for this to come up on gata.org. What a perfect day, because, again, we know what happened today has nothing to do with gold and silver physical. It has to do with the corrupt paper markets and the corrupt players in those paper markets. So remember that. Don't forget that. And again, what a great day for this article to come up. Well, where is I from here? I said I was going to go over to ZH. By the way, as far as jawboning goes, this is what we got going on. Imagine this is Powell right here. Actually, he's jawboning that things are fine, but hang on another 20 to 30 years, we should be on our way. That's probably the reality of it, but I suspect that we're going to see a big crash, a big economic crash. Do you want to be all in those markets that these guys manipulated when they take it down? I mean, what a huge suck of wealth that's going to be. Sorry about that. Let's move over to ZH. Speaking of not too much in gold and silver, but a lot of articles about jawboning here. I'm going to stay away from this stuff right here. I could get really passionate about it and upset about it, but I'm not. I'm going to... this stuff gets me more upset than gold and silver markets. It really does. Gold and silver markets, again, you know how the game is played. You know who the players are. You know that it ultimately is not going to work their game, and that you're going to do well. And our gold and silver markets cycle like every other markets, and we are in a bull cycle. So... again, I don't get upset. I don't get upset about down markets. I used to many years ago, decades ago, until I really understood what was going on. And now it doesn't bother me at all. Again, just provides an opportunity to buy the dips. But as I said, this stuff kind of bothers me, so I won't go into it. That hoodwink Robin Soares' firm's insider sales. I was talking the other day about the the Wall Street Bets group, all those little independent investors that use Robinhood that supposedly move markets, and they help move markets. But I was saying that I believe that they are not. They don't think for themselves, really. I think there's big whales out there that moves that Wall Street Bets people around. I think they're working for the big whales somehow. I really do. And a good answer to that would be that lady that did that ARC. What's her name? She went and bought a bunch of that Robinhood. That's what caused that up day like that. And Wall Street Bets, again, I don't think that little group is independent on their own. I think they are kind of manipulated by the media and large interest now. Let's take a look at some other things here. Yeah, like I said, this is the kind of stuff, wow. That just blows my mind. I like Rand Paul, by the way, but I don't want to talk about that right now as well. But my God, I hope it doesn't go to this level right here. It's just getting ridiculous. Bonds, bullion, and big tech battered after big jobs beat. That's what I was talking about. This is what they use as an excuse. Was the job numbers were up today. This is what they use for an excuse to batter the markets today. And I forgot to mention that earlier. They use the jobs report. That's what they were jawboning. They're going to jawbone this good job report. And in essence, it's really not a great job report. It's just a dead cat bounce. We went from having zero employment, zero jobs, to having more jobs. So of course this fucking graph is going to look like that. That is not a recovery, folks. But what they will do is they will jawbone it and spin it into a recovery. They already have. And this is the excuse and reason to hammer gold down. Because what is gold as well? Gold is the canary in the gold mine. So central banks definitely don't want gold prices sailing right now, especially now. And there are big interests out there that don't want silver prices flying up right now as well, because silver is a strategic metal. We can't afford inflation out there. They don't think they can afford inflation, so they want cheap silver to keep production cheap on electronics. I believe that. So let's. Oh man, I digressed quite a few times today. Let's move along from here. But this is exactly what caused the job data came in today, and it came in positive. And who didn't expect that? I got to tell you, as I said yesterday, that's what I said. Look out for, if you watch my video yesterday, I pointed out today exactly. I mentioned to you that we have Friday and Saturday. I thought the markets were quiet. I almost nailed this one exactly today, but again, it was just a good educated guess on my part. Let's move along. Ex-Merrill Lynch trader, guilty, guilty, guilty. And as I said, the CEOs of these big companies should go to jail, but our government thinks they are too big to fail and too big to jail. Or maybe they just paid them off in the right places. Let's take a look at the videos from yesterday. And what was my video? Screw the people. See, I got to be careful here. And, oh, hang on. Let me delete that right there. And let's take a look at some questions here. Just first, I'd like to acknowledge everybody for watching my videos. Thank you very much. And and again, all these names that you see here, thank you. And where do we go from here? I'm just going to kind of answer some questions here. Again, I'd like to thank all the watchers here and all the commenters. And let's see here. Any questions I need to answer? You can tell I don't have these things scripted and pre-done. I kind of do these on the wings. Thanks for watching, all you folks, again, as well, as I'm pointing out. Chris Fetters mentioned I didn't know what the platinum to gold ratio was yesterday, but it's 1.8 to 1. I wonder if it's the same today with the big drop. By the way, too, gosh, platinum, I'm still kind of blown away from that. What a big drop on that. Thanks for watching, all you folks. And let me just see here. I'm just kind of looking for... Rick thinks platinum is crap. They use it for catalytic converters. Guess what? Battery cars now, they should be around $300 gold. Boy, you're kind of you like shorting this stuff a little bit, I guess. The odds are against you. We need some false flags. Nobody cares about preserving the wealth. They're all in it for the money. That is, yeah, I can't argue with that. That's true too, sir. A lot of Americans are not worried about preservation of wealth. They're just worried about getting rich quick, and especially the younger folks, I find that true to be. And kind of reading your comments there. Sorry, I didn't mean to go silent on you. Thanks for watching, Rick. I'm just kind of looking for any people asking me particular questions on product. That's kind of what I've been looking for lately, or anything professional in my building, my building, in my business that I can answer for you. Trending CPI at all-time high, inflation hit all-time, trade deficits at all-time, and gold sinking. Don't understand what else has happened for the price of gold to silver to rise. It's all about paper, sir. They can manipulate these paper markets around so easily, and they do. Spoofing, as you just saw. Merrill Lynch just got busted now. Two of their low-level junior traders got busted. So there's your answer right there, sir. I mean, my videos pretty much explained it today, most definitely. Hey, thanks for watching, and I appreciate all you folks. I really do. Also, if you get a chance, hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. I appreciate that as well. Let's move into best deals of the day. Now, premiums are down. Like I said, if you can buy this dip, which is a great frickin' dip, your premiums are down quite a bit. I haven't looked at the online resellers, but as I said, I advertise to beat JM Bullion, SD Bullion, and APMEX Bullion. I'm a local dealer. I can only sell to you if you come into my store. I don't do any shipping online or anything like that. So as always, I encourage you to find a local dealer if you're listening to my videos outside this area. Best deals are still the same as yesterday and the day before. Any bars that you can buy for spot plus $80 per unit, and any coins, Krugerrands, Eagles. I don't think you can buy Eagles that cheap. Real ones, Krugerrands, Maple Leafs. If you can buy them for spot minus, spot plus $100 or less, that's the next best deal. As far as silver, best deal out there is 100-ounce bars at spot plus $325 or less, and the best deal on 1 ounce and 10-ounce bar is spot plus $375 or less. Eagles are still too expensive. Don't recommend that you buy them, folks. Well, that's it for my Friday video. I really appreciate you watching. Again, hit that like and subscribe button. And as I always say, if you can, please support your local business. If you don't live in my area here, not that those companies that I mentioned are bad companies. It's just they're not in your state, they're not in your area. If they are, buy from them. But if they're not in your state, not in your area, keep that money local. I can't tell you how important that is. And a lot of local small businesses like myself can easily beat the three biggies, APMEX, SD, and JM. Nothing wrong with those companies either, but if you want to be competitive like I am, you need to beat the prices of the online guys. And I'm talking to the local dealers right now if you're listening. Be competitive. You need to keep that business local as well. Hey, thanks for watching. Have yourself a great weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. That's really about it. Oh, call me anytime if you're local, 954-493-8811 between the hours of 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Happy to help you out with your silver and gold purchases. And again, as I said, if you don't live in my area, please look for a local dealer. Thanks again. Have a good day. Bye.